Hello students, today I am going to discuss organic part question and answers of Geoscientist Prelims 2020. So first question is, which cationic species is most stable in each of the following? So here they are given pair X and pair Y. So among pair X and pair Y, we need to find which cationic species is most stable. And if you come for the solution in pair X, so if you see the compound 1, it is resonance stabilized, and in both cases positive charge will be the primary carbon, whereas in compound 2, after resonance the positive charge will reside on secondary carbon. So hence in pair X, compound 2 which is carrying positive charge, it is more stable. And if you come for pair Y, so here you can see the positive charge, in this case it will reside on the less electronegative nitrogen atom, whereas in compound 4 positive charge will reside on more electronegative oxygen. Hence in pair Y this cationic species is more stable, and in pair X this cationic species is more stable. So the correct answer will be 2 and 3. So option D is correct, that is 2 and 3. Next question, which one of the following structure is non-aromatic? So here they are given 4 options. So here we need to identify which is non-aromatic. So we will see one by one. So if you consider option A, it is having 10 pi electron and it is aromatic because it is going to have alkyl number, that is 10 pi electron, that is 4 into 2 plus 2. So we are going to get alkyl number 10 pi electron, and this species is planar and cyclic. And if you see option B, here it is having 6 pi electrons, hence it is aromatic since it is going to obey alkyl rule, that is 4n plus 2 pi electron, and this species is also planar and it is cyclic in nature. And if you come for option C, it is having 10 pi electron but it is non-aromatic. Why? Because it is not in planar, because there is repulsion between hydrogen atom. So here option C, this hydrogen atoms present here, they start to repel each other, hence it cannot be in planar. So hence this is non-aromatic. And if you come for option D, it is having 14 pi electrons, it is aromatic, it is planar in nature, and it is going to obey alkyl rule. Here option C, it is going to obey alkyl rule but it is non-planar, so hence it will become non-aromatic. So option C is the non-aromatic structure. The next question, the orthopara directing effect of methyl group in electrophilic substitution reaction of toluene is due to inductive effect, hyperconjugation effect, resonance effect, and electromatic effect. So here if you see, in the case of toluene, whatever the methyl group attached to the benzene ring, that carbon is sp3 hybridized, whereas benzene ring carbons are sp2 hybridized. Hence there is some electronegativity in the sp2 hybridized carbon atom. So hence orientation influence of the methyl group will be due to positive inductive effect. Means here the methyl group will donate, or it is going to behave as positive inductive group. And if you come for the hyperconjugation effect, here the methyl group will show hyperconjugation effect, and hence it is going to activate ortho and para position. Ortho and para position will be activated towards the electrophilic substitution reaction. So hence this orientation influence of methyl group is due to hyperconjugation. Here methyl group is going to show both inductive effect and hyperconjugation effect. So if you consider the major contributor, it will be hyperconjugation. So option B will be correct, that is hyperconjugation effect. Means this is major contributor, and the inductive effect is also same, but hyperconjugation effect is the major contributor. Next question, the relative order of basicity of the following amine is. So here they are given 4 different amines, so we need to assign the relative order of basicity of these 4 amines. So if you see C2H5 thrice, that is here nitrogen is sp3 is produced, so hence, and due to this ethyl group there will be positive inductive groups, so there will be enhancement of basic character, so this will be more basic amine. And if you come for the next, here this amine is more basic. Why? Because due to sp3 hybridized nitrogen which is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon but not involved in the resonance, that is due to steric effect at ortho position. Because of this 2-methyl group, it is going to have some steric repulsion, so hence this nitrogen, it will not be involved in the resonance. But if you compare the basicity compared to this nitrogen, this is having some lesser basic character, because this nitrogen is attached to the sp2 hybridized carbon atom and it is not involved in the resonance. So this will come second in the order of basicity, and third will be aniline. Why aniline will come third is because the nitrogen lone pair is involved in the resonance, because there is difference in the electronegativity, so whatever the lone pair present on this nitrogen, it is involved in the resonance, so its basicity is somewhat lesser. And if you see the basicity of this nitro substituted aniline, this nitro substituted aniline lone pair is involved in the resonance and there will be electron withdrawing group, so this nitro group is going to act as electron withdrawing group, so thereby it decreases the availability of this lone pair, hence its basic character is less. So based on this, the order of basicity of this amine will be 4 is greater than 1 is greater than 2 and 2 is greater than 3. So this is more basic, followed by this amine, followed by this, and least basic is the nitro substituted aniline. Next question is, which molecule in each of the following pair has higher dipole moment? So they have given pair X and pair Y. So in pair X we need to identify among the given 2 compounds which is having higher dipole moment, and pair Y we need to choose one molecule which is having higher dipole moment. So if you come for the solution, if you see pair X, if you see first compound, due to electronegativity difference, the bonded pair of electrons will shift towards oxygen and thereby the formation of, there will be charge separation. But after charge separation, what happens is this compound is going to attain aromatic character. Okay, hence it will have higher dipole moment, because after charge separation there will be attainment of aromatic character. And if you see in the compound 2, such type of extra stability will not be gained, so hence it is going to have a lesser dipole moment. Y. So if you see compound 3, if it undergoes charge separation, then one of the ring will become aromatic and other ring will become anti-aromatic. In either case, one ring will become anti-aromatic if there is a charge separation. Hence, this is going to have a lesser dipole moment. But if you see compound 4, so this compound 4, if it undergoes charge separation like this, means this 7-membered ring, if it carries positive charge, then it will become aromatic, because it is going to have 6 pi electrons. This is cyclic structure, and this 5-membered ring, if it gains negative charge, then it is going to obey Huckel's rule and it will become aromatic. So both the rings, after separation of charges like this positive and negative, then they will become aromatic. Hence this compound is going to have higher dipole moment. In pair X, compound 1 is having higher dipole moment, and in pair Y, compound 4 is having higher dipole moment. So option B will be correct. That is 1 and 4 will have higher dipole moment. Next question, which one of the following carbocation is not expected to rearrange? So they are given 4 different carbocations and they are expecting that the carbocation which will not undergo rearrangement. So if you see option A, here there is a ring expansion is possible and hence it will undergo rearrangement. And if you come for the second carbocation, here there may be chance of hydrate shift and it is going to form tertiary carbocation. Here it is secondary, it can rearrange to tertiary carbocation. And if you come for this one, there is the resonance stabilization, means possibility of rearrangement. And if you come for this carbocation, this is already tertiary carbocation and it cannot go for secondary. So hence there is no rearrangement in this carbocation. Option D is correct. That is, this carbocation will not undergo rearrangement. So next question is, classify the following species as electrophile and nucleophile in organic reaction. Here are the species given, and from this species we need to identify or we need to classify them as electrophile and nucleophile. This SO3, due to presence of empty d orbital, so it can act as electrophile. And Cl plus, since it is going to carry positive charge and it is an electron deficient species, so it acts as electrophile. NO2 plus, it is also an electron deficient species and it is going to carry positive charge, so it acts as electrophile. And H3O plus, it is also positive charge species, it is also electron deficient, so it is going to act as electrophile. BH3, due to presence of empty p orbital, it is also going to act as electrophile. So these are the electrophilic species and these two are the nucleophiles. Means methylamine, due to presence of a lone pair of electron, it can donate, so hence it is going to act as nucleophile. Cn minus, since it is going to carry negative charge, so it has the capability of donating the electron, so hence it is nucleophile. So 2 nucleophiles and there are 5 electrophiles. So option C is correct. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 electrophile and these 2 are going to act as nucleophiles. So these are all electrophiles. Next question, which one of the following molecule does not exist as mesoform? So here they are given 4 different type of molecule and we need to identify the molecule which does not have a mesoform. So how to approach this how to find this one is just by simple assignment of R&S configuration. So first, if you take the first molecule, if I give priorities and if I follow CIP rule, then this chiral center it is going to have R configuration and this chiral center it is going to have S configuration. So due to internal compensation and there is presence of plane of symmetry, okay, and this going to have a mesoform. If you come for the other molecule, here also same case, it is going to have 2 chiral center, this is not chiral, and it is going to have a plane of symmetry and it is going to have R and S configuration, and due to presence of plane of symmetry and due to internal compensation it is going to have a mesoform. And here also we have 2 chiral centers and at the same time this molecule is also going to possess a plane of symmetry, and if you assign R and S configuration, so this chiral center is going to have R configuration and this chiral center is going to have S configuration. Hence due to internal compensation this molecule will have mesoform. And if you see last molecule, here also we have two chiral centers, and if I assign R and S configuration for these two chiral centers, I'm going to get R configuration. So hence this molecule will not have a mesoform. Means there is no internal compensation, but it is going to have a plane of symmetry, but I'm going to get both R and R. So there is possibility of existence of enantiomer, which is going to have S configuration. So hence this compound is not going to have a mesoform. So option D is the correct option. That is. Next question, which one of the following amino acid is achiral? So they are given 4 different amino acids, that is alanine, glycine, proline and valine, and it is very well known that glycine is the achiral amino acid, and remaining valine, proline and alanine, they are chiral in nature. Question, total number of optical isomers possible for cholesterol is. So this is the structure of cholesterol. So here we need to identify total number of optical isomers possible for this cholesterol. So if you see, it is going to have 8 chiral centers. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is going to have 8 chiral centers. So total number of optical isomers possible for this cholesterol molecule is 256. So we can find by using the formula 2 power n, where n is equal to number of chiral center. Next question, consider the following groups attached to a chiral center. So here are the 4 different groups. What is the decreasing order of priority of above groups based on Kohn-Ingold-Prila group? So here we need to arrange them in the decreasing order of priorities based on CAP rule. And if you come for the priority, first group, that is alkyne group, will take first priority because it is going to have higher atomic number, and the next priority will be given to this C double bond CH2 group because this will take second priority, and third priority will be given to CH3 group. So it is going to take third priority, and least priority will be CH2 CH3. So this is on the basis of CAP rule. Correct option will be A, that is this is going to take first priority, this is second priority, this is third priority, and this is the fourth least priority group according to CIP rule. Next question, what is the correct configuration of C2 and C3 carbons in the following compound? So here they are given Fischer projection formula of the compound, and they are asking the correct configuration of this C2 and C3 carbons. And we know that if they are given fission projection formula, we can use CAP rule for determining the configuration. And if I give priorities, oxygen is going to take first priority, nitrogen second, and remaining this group will take third priority, and fourth group is methyl group. And we know that in Fischer projection formula, if the fourth group is on the left side, then anti-clockwise moment will be given R configuration. Okay. And if you come for the third carbon atom, so by applying CAP rule, we are given the priority, and here the fourth group is on the right side. And we know that in Fischer projection formula, if fourth group is present on left or right side, if anti-clockwise moment is present, then it should be given R configuration. So at carbon atom second and carbon atom third, configuration is 2R, 3R. Next question, the EZ nomenclature for the following molecule is. So here they are given 4 different molecules, and we need to assign EZ nomenclature. So if you take first molecule, here highest priority group are on the same side. So hence it is given Z nomenclature. In the second molecule also, first priority, highest priority groups are on the same side. So hence it is also Z. Third molecule, here also higher priority groups are on the same side. So it is also Z. And if you come for fourth molecule, here the higher priority groups are on the opposite side. So hence it will have E nomenclature. Option A is correct. That is, first molecule it is going to have Z nomenclature. Second is also Z. Third is also Z. Fourth one is E. Next question. The total number of stereoisomers possible for the given compound is. So here this is the molecule given and we need to identify total number of stereoisomers possible for this given compound. So we can use 2 power n formula, that is 2 power 2. Here there are 2 double bonds, so we are going to get 4 stereoisomers. That is, option A is correct. So these are the possible. So it can have ZZ, EE, ZE, EZ. So these are the 4 possible stereoisomers for the given compound. Next question. 2 compounds X and Y are given below. So they are given 2 compounds in Newman projection formula. And the relationship between X and Y is. So we need to identify whether they are identical diastereomers, enantiomers, or constitutional isomers. So if you see, so this is the Newman projection formula of X compound. What I am going to do is, I am going to rotate a rare carbon and I am going to view the molecule from this side. So thereby CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. It will be in plane. So this is the longest possible chain, and since I am viewing from this side, so this OH group, this H group will be placed above the plane. Okay, so this is for X compound. Now we will see for the Y compound. So this is the compound Y given. So here also I am going to do the same thing, rotate the rare carbon atom. So thereby CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. So it will be longest chain which is in the plane, and since I am going to view the molecule from this side, so this H, this OH will be towards the observer, that is OH, H. So if you see the relationship between these 2 molecules, they are same. Means here the given compound, the relationship between X and Y will be identical. Okay, so this is option A is correct, that is they are identical. So these are the few questions in the organic part which is asked in Geoscientist Prelims 2020. Thank you.